can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day.
Nunnally can see clearly now. The Geass is gone. Can she walk clearly too? Can she walk, stand, etc.? I think it would stand to reason that she can, but I'm going to find out soon. It's Drewz Viewz, back for another edition of Anna Monday with Code Geass, Lelouch of the Rebellion, R2 reactions, and I finally made it. Episode 25, the final episode of the series here. And yeah, I did it. So 24 episodes preceded this. I started on R2 with my Anna Monday reactions, so I watched season 1 previously, you know, and that one I watched, you know, probably in a span of only a couple of weeks, which is a lot different than reacting once a week to this show, to R2. But so, you know, in some ways you pick up on more things, but in some ways you can miss things too, I guess. Or at least my memory just isn't always as good like it would be if I was watching it, you know, binging it or watching it all in a row. But there's a lot of characters and plot lines in the show anyway, so at least a lot of characters. So it's hard to keep track of anyway, but now that I'm on the last one, I think I got most of it sorted out. So I was pleasantly surprised last time to find out Cornelia's still alive. Is she going to factor into the finale here? I'm not sure. But, you know, the big bombshell last time was, like I mentioned up top, Nunnally being able to see, eyes are opened. Will she reconcile with Lelouch, her brother here? I think so, but we'll have to see. I don't think this is going to have too much of a tragic ending. Certainly there's been a lot of tragic events throughout the show. Yuffie, Shirley, anyone ending in E, I guess, is Nunnally for a little bit seemed dead, but was not. But I don't know. So one thing I'm curious on is the Zero Requiem that Suzaku and Lelouch have been talking about the last few episodes. So I actually looked up the exact definition of Requiem to try to see if that can give me any insight on what's going to go down here. So it says that in a Catholic sense, it's a mass for the repose of the souls of the dead. It could also be some type of musical composition in a Requiem Mass, okay? Or it's an act of token or remembrance. So, what that tells me is that Zero is going to, or Lelouch being Zero, obviously, which everyone knows now. Like, for a while, people thought he was dead and whatnot before they knew it was him, too. But this remembrance thing leads me to believe that the character of Zero is definitely going to be dead. Whether that means Lelouch like sacrifices himself for whatever purpose and literally dies, I'm not sure. I'm leaning more toward against that, but I do think it's got to be something. He's talking about like the future. How he, you know, with Schneisel last time, forget the past. That's what the father wanted. The present, that's what you want. I want this future thing. So somehow by the death of Zero, I guess, is going to cause like a better future or the type of world he wants. How that exhibits itself specifically, I'm not sure. Now, Schneisel is alive still, even though he would rather have died than be controlled by the Geass, which he is being. Maybe it could be something like Lelouch rules through Schneisel or something like that, because people are still on his side, nominally at least, like the Black Knights and kind of Jinke and the Chinese Federation. He got his princess back last time, the hostages, so I don't know. If not that, I'm not sure what utility Schneisel still has, like why he is keeping him alive, but it could be something like that. I don't know. Now, what Suzaku's part in it, maybe, so I'm thinking maybe either if Lelouch does die, or also I could see the possibility of him and Cece going into some alternate world, like a C's world type place or something, or like living out somewhere like that. I could see that. So maybe Suzaku's left behind to kind of like, maybe if he's not the ruler specifically, but he oversees whoever is or oversees what's supposed to happen. I don't know. No, he still has the confrontation with Callum. That's got to be going down here. Hopefully, she doesn't end up dying or something. Maybe because I think maybe there will be some tragic or dramatic element to the finale, but maybe not. Hopefully, I mean, Callan and by extension the Black Knights will get back on Lelouch's side, or maybe they're just fooled by him into doing what he wants. I don't know. But I could see something like that. And then with other smaller characters, like I'd like to see like a happy ending for Rivals, Millie, people like that. That'd be interesting. Whatever happens with Ogie and Valletta and their baby and all that, I'll see what happens there. And yeah, I think that's my quasi predictions or whatever. I think I will get it started here. R2, episode 25, which is called Re-colon. So I'm not entirely sure what that's about, but I'll find out.
8年ぶりにお兄様の顔を見ました。それが人殺しの顔なのですね。ですからお兄様にフレイヤこのダモクレスの鍵をお渡しすることはできません。お兄様がギアスを使われたとしても。
She's one of the only people he hasn't used it on. Never used it on Diet Hard, who died unceremoniously last time.
大巡視のギアスが肝心のナナリーにだけはかけられなかった。でも今だ。いやダメだ。ナナリーの意志までねじ曲げたら、俺は。
Judged him in a bad way, she's thinking. Huh?
やり方が違うけれど。
He doesn't crave power, but he craves things to be the way he wants. Power in a sense, but it's more about like how he thinks the world should work, type of deal. Snow.
リバルは逃げなくてよかったの？
どこへ逃げればいいんですか？
そりゃそうだ。
俺はね、みんなと毎日楽しくやって。その傷では。
Alright, so Toto's not dead. Oh, that was unclear from last episode.
人々を率いる資格と隠れ続ける生活を送ればよかったのか。暗殺に怯え続ける未来が望みだったのか。お前の未来のためにも。
いつ私がそんなことを頼みましたか。私はお兄様と二人で暮らせればそれだけでよかったのに。
しかし現実は様々なものによって支配されている。
システムに入れない人はどうするの？それは違うって。どうやって言えばいいのよ。
正義とは。私はこういう生き方しか。
I wonder if Shinke makes it out of this alive.
それでも居場所は必要だったから。
ただそれだけで戦ってきたのに。なあ、ナオト。俺たちこれでよく。
私は。
Wow, this must be the finale. Rockshot is standing up, not lounging around.
でも人は弱いからさ。
Very special occasion. This guy's alive, of course. Tamaki, I finally got his name.
人の心をねじ曲げ、尊厳を踏みにじるギアスは。
ではダモクレスはどう？
ダモクレスは憎しみの象徴になります。憎しみはここに集めるんです。みんなで明日を迎えるためにも。
そうか、ナナリー、お前も。
Well, so they have the same idea of what to do? Oh, he's gonna gas her.
ダモクレスの鍵を渡せ。
Because they want the same thing? Oh, she's fighting it. This is the most struggle anyone's ever put up against it, I think. Well, so she said that should be the symbol of hatred or something, so is that something what Lelouch wants too? So it's the end of Anya?
記念すべき男の名前だ。
記念関係ない。どうせ私には記憶が。
記憶。まさか。
He certainly had some memory issues himself.
決めきれない。ギアスの呪いを使っているのに。彼、なんて強さだ。
スペックはこっちが上のはずなのに。試作、これだけの力があって。なんで？あなたに正義さえあれば。
Oh, someone came in and got her? Karen? Well, that's a subtitle gaff. Caesar didn't die, did he?
ナナリ、お前はもう立派に自分の考えで生きている。だからこそ俺の道を進
So
む
is he gonna leave her in charge, maybe?
ナナリ、
She's gonna be mad now.
使ったのですね、ギアスを。
Get up and walk.
卑劣で卑怯で、なんてひどい。裏切りの騎士クルルギス
Oh,
が
yeah, he has been, huh? So is this gonna be kind of like the bittersweet type of ending where Lelouch has the world he wants, but his sister's gonna hate him, maybe?
お前は優しいな。
神聖ブリタニア帝国皇帝ルルーシュビ・ブリタニアである。バカな、ルルーシュがフレイヤを使ったということは。
そんな。
嘘だろ。シュナイゼルは我が軍門に下った。これによってダモクレスもフレイヤも全て私のものとなった。黒の騎士だが私に抵抗する力は残っていない。はもはや存在しない。そう、今日この日この瞬間をもって世界は我が手に落ちた。世界は我に従え。オールハイルルルーシュ。
All hail Lelouch. All hail Lelouch. It's funny every time I see the CEO of the Black Knights. So he's gonna rule, or is it still part of his plan here? Over Shizuku's grave? Is that Nunnally?
ルルーシュ様に栄光あれ。オールハイルブリタニア。オールハイルルルー。どうしなきゃならんとは。
ルルーシュ、これがお前がやりたかったことなのかよ。世界を、みんなを支配し。
進歩でしょ、フリー伯爵。
その呼び方。
Wasn't Lloyd on Lelouch's side though?
さあ、
Recently at least?
ロイド先生と
And Nina, obviously too. Are they in on this
昔
plan or no?
何かあったんですか。些細なことよ。あと、おぎ。
Does Lelouch know that Cornelia is alive still?
思うツボだ。しかし。ゼロ。
ゼロ。
ゼロって。
嘘。
Oh, there's a new Zero. Is it Cece? We know Lelouch can't run like that. Definitely a different type of Zero.
スザク、約束通り。
So it's Suzuki. Okay, makes sense.
やるのか。どうしても。
So he's gonna sacrifice himself, like I was saying.
世
Huh?
界の憎しみは今この俺に集ま
Not
った。
even just fake his death.
あとは俺が消えることでこの憎しみの連鎖を断ち切るだけだ。
So like
軍事力ではなく
not only said about the
一つのテーブルに
Damocles, like leave it as a symbol of hatred. He's just leaving himself as that.
ゼロ。レクイエム。
願いとはギアスに似ていないか。自分の力だけでは叶わないことを誰かに求める。
願いか。
そう。俺は人々を願いという名のギアスに代わる。世界の明日のために。
人々にギアスをかけた代償として。
撃っていいのは撃たれる覚悟のあるやつだけだ。意味ないのだ。世界の敵。皇帝ルルーシュビ・ブリタニアから世界を救った
Kill me like you
救世主
killed your father.
ゼロ。
Was that real or? I mean, from that angle, it doesn't look like it. Looks like the side, the sword's going in the side, but no, it seems like it. Okay, it's in there.
聖域の
So this is Zero Requiem.
クルルギス族として生きることはもうない。
お兄様。お兄様は今まで
So she knows. How's that?
お兄様愛しています。
俺は
お兄様、いや、目を開けてください。お兄様、お兄様。
魔王ルルーシュは死んだぞ。人質を解放しろ。
Is Cornelia gonna be empress or whatever, or is there even an emperor at this point with what he wants here?
あれはゼロです。つらいです。私はお兄様だけでよかったのに。
We get some postscript type stuff here. So this is all stuff from the past, these photos. Callan's back in school?
気になったわ。戦争に向いていたエネルギーが
It's her mom, I think.
ほとんどあなた一人に押し付けられて、名前のある一人の方が分かりやすかったってことかしら。調子のいい話よねのかもしれない。
So this is maybe 6 months later or so based on how she looks. Of course, there are still problems. Oh, Jeremiah's working in an orange orchard, it seemed like there. That's ironic, but fitting. There's a picture real quick of someone, some people getting married, but my screen kind of glitched up there, so I might have to rewind back and see who that was.
Geass という名の王の力は人を孤独にする。少しだけ違っていたか。な、ルルーシュ。
So she could still talk to him? Okay, is that the end, or is there another after credits? So, okay, so I don't know if she really if she's just talking to him, or, you know, on her head or whatever, or he's still able to communicate somehow in death because of their connection. But that would be kind of like what I said. I mean, it's not exactly the one theory I had. They're in a like a world of their own together. She still seems to be in the real world, but it was basically like I predicted at the beginning here, or I guess might be the thing where with the whole Zero Requiem that Suzaku kind of took over in charge. I didn't predict he would be literally being zero, but that's fitting, and I think that's good. I like the ending. It's a little idealistic, I guess. I mean, they did say there are still some problems and whatnot, but people are rallying around the assassination of Lelouch, I guess. Okay, it doesn't look like there is any after credit or anything here. So when it comes to Lelouch, I'm gonna make like an allusion to, or I'm gonna make a comparison to like Lord of the Rings, where it's kind of like Frodo with the ring, where after he had the whole experience with it, he can't really go back to normal society, and I think he goes like to some other kind of world type of thing, or I don't remember exactly what it is, but this whole thing with Lelouch is kind of similar to me. He can't really like live. I mean, he could, I guess, but for the story and for his experience, I could see why he's willing to sacrifice himself. Can't live after all of that crazy power that he had, and you know, the control. And even though, you know, though he got what he wanted, essentially, the world to work in a better way, he still did cause a lot of pain, like I mentioned before too, you know, and destruction, all of that. So like going through that whole experience, I could see how there's no point past it from there. Now they didn't really get specific on if it's still like Britannia leading things, or, you know, it didn't seem like that exactly, but I don't know if it seemed like Nunnally is kind of in charge there somewhat, just based on, I'm gonna backtrack here to that little montage at the end here. Let's see, all right. that's, I guess that wedding photo is just Valletta and Ogie, is it? Because they showed her pregnant, like visibly very pregnant. That is another picture of them. Okay, yeah, it looks like that is them. And that's what's his name. I finally learned it this time and forgot already, but he didn't die then. It even looks like Rivals down there. I'm not sure why he would be there, I guess. Cornelia's in the picture. Alright. Looks like Gino, Nina, Anya, she's alive still. Okay. Kaguya, the Empress. I don't see Shinkei, but we didn't see what happened to Shinkei. Unless I missed it somehow. They didn't have a shot of him dying or something, did they? He still has his disease or he coughs blood, which they never really completely went anywhere with that. So I guess every thread's not tied up, but that's fine. So back to what I was saying with, Lelouch, so with this sacrificing himself for this new, better world, I guess I said the point already, but yeah, it's hard to go on after that, so I can see why. I mean, because he could have done a thing, I guess, where his death was faked. It might be pretty hard since it was so public, but I'm sure he could have figured out a way where Suzaku didn't really kill him, and he just went to live somewhere. But I guess he wanted to like really go through all the way, and he is a serious type of guy, obviously, as is Suzaku, of course. So it's fitting that they're friends at the end and partners, beyond friends, complete partners. And Suzaku was always willing to make the hard choices or the tough things, like killing your own father, if you think that's right, or killing your friend, because that's the plan or whatever. He's willing to make not just the tough choices, but do the tough actions. So that's cool. I wonder if they could continue the show. I mean, I guess they could in some way, having Zero still around as Suzaku and whole different plots. I said, like I said, it ended idealistically here a little bit, but I'm sure realistically it wouldn't. There'd still be a lot of issues. Other people would try to take power and whatnot. I guess Schneizel is still under the Geass control even with Lelouch's death, because we kind of learned last time that people stay under the power even if the person that gave it to him dies. So and I expected Nunnally to maybe start walking. Maybe I missed something why that's not possible when the eyesight thing is, but at least she has that. And I'm not sure how he was able to like touch her at the end there, and she realized, like, I'm happy that happened, because I'm glad that she got some closure there, or knew what he really did, that he wasn't just a bad guy like that. But I'm not sure how he actually conveyed that to her. Like, it seemed to be, it didn't seem like she just figured it out. That it like flashed and she like got the vision or whatever. So I don't know, maybe someone could explain to me how that worked. I think this is definitely, I'm not sure that I will do this. I mean, I don't necessarily have time when I want to do a lot of the reactions and shows I haven't seen yet, but it would be interesting to rewatch this whole season kind of in a more streamlined binge fashion. I'm sure I would pick up on more stuff and things. Some of the things I've been missing would make more sense, but overall, it's a good show. I guess I could go a little broader now. Things I liked about it. I like the kind of world they have set up and the little political intrigue, and I'm into that sort of thing. On the con side, I'm not as into the fighting of the show had, like kind of mech Gundam, whatever you call it, fighting. When it comes to shows like this, I'm a little more on the fantasy side, I guess, like, or at least the warfare of like hand-to-hand combat more. It's kind of hand-to-hand in this, but in the machines, so that's not something that I was ever super big on in the show. This could get a little boring for me from time to time, a little hard to tell what's going on. But I like all the political intrigue stuff. Lelouch is a great character, of course. A lot of twists and turns. I like that sort of thing. And compelling villains. Some like Schneizel, who you're on the fence about, or they seem great for a long time until toward the very end. Another con, maybe too many characters, I would say. Even to then, some people I still don't know what their name is. A couple scenes here and there throughout this season, at least, had scenes with one person where it seems like if I knew more about them, if there was more time spent on this character, the scene might mean more, things like that. So those are some little criticisms I have, or just things I didn't enjoy as much about the show. But overall, the plot's very interesting, and the world building they set up is good. And yeah, the voice acting was pretty entertaining. And it's very, you know, I've only started getting into, you know, I've only been watching anime a few years now. I didn't grow up with it or anything like that. So I'm catching up on shows like this. So this one, you know, the animation style and everything like that seemed to be more of like a, I don't know if traditional anime is the right word, but more of like the vibe and style of it. And of course with some fan service parts as well, which are unnecessary in my opinion, but, you know, I know it comes with the territory. This is one of the ones I've watched that's more of the extreme like that, I guess. Not in terms of fan service, but I mean an extreme in terms of animation style, or kind of what I pictured more, I guess, before I started watching anime, than some other things like, I don't know, like Attack on Titan or something. But yeah, speaking of Attack on Titan, I do want, you know, a new season's of that's coming out very soon. I am thinking I may react to that, not positive, but even if I do or not, I'm gonna pick up a brand new show as well. I'm thinking for the regular Anime Monday slot, like these ones have been in, the Code Geass R2 have been in. So I'll be making that decision, you know, by next week. There should be a new episode up of my new series, so I won't say what it is now, but it's gonna be another, I think another big name one that people are into, that there's a lot of fans of, and one that I want to catch up on. So that'll give you the hint there. And then, like I said, I might pick up Attack on Titan season 3 as well. We'll see. But look, thank you everyone for watching this series, especially people have left consistent comments. Appreciate that. If you're just watching this one randomly for some reason, or you know, just decided to see my finale reaction, I've done the whole season obviously, so go back and check some of those out, see what else is going on my channel, other shows. And like I mentioned, more new stuff coming soon in terms of Anime Monday specifically, reacting to animes releasing it on Monday. But yeah, that's going to about do it. You know, it's always the kind of thing where I end a show, I'm like, I should probably sit and talk about it more. But, you know, I just watched the finale, so that's just my thoughts right now. But, you know, I can maybe even get some more conversation going in the comments here. But anyway, yeah, so subscribe to the channel if you like this sort of thing. If you're interested in that already, leave those comments, do whatever you like. And that's going to do it for Code Geass R2, Lelouch of the Rebellion. But join me next time for more reactions. And in the meantime, all hail Lelouch and peace.